We're growing, planting seeds and sowing at fruition.
Hey gang, FLX Beer Reviews. Back again with another episode of As the Beer Swirls. I'm Dan.
I am Mike. Dan, we've grown an extra, somewhat useless appendage.
That's Joe. He's falling asleep.
Outstanding. Dan, what are we drinking?
Joe for beer, Joe. You put him asleep with your lullaby about growing.
It was pretty fantastic.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome. So, Mike, this beer is called Meta Mild from the Grow Brewing Company.
I love Grow.
And they don't have a brick and mortar. They're kind of like a gypsy place. Like you can get their beer in all the different bottle shops, and they go for like different festivals and everything. They set up shop.
Carabrown.
Buy beer from their. Yep.
Ma.
Anyways, Grow Brewing, Geneva, New York is where they're actually brewing this stuff. This is their oak-fermented dark English ale coming in 4% ABV, canned on 12/7/2022.
Our super fat baby 10 days old.
Just sprouted.
Look at that lovely can art. At Lauren Blair Tattoo. Maybe you can
their
scan that
labels
QR
are
code.
killer.
So, dude,
They're giving Jets a run
Here's
for
the
his
thing.
money, I think.
this is our first grow on the channel. And
This is my first grow.
I thought we did one. I don't think we did.
I watched 23% of their videos. I have no idea.
Yeah, me neither.
Well, we do have like 50
all of
in
the
the backlog,
videos,
so-
and I have no clue. So,
anyways,
The fact that it's an English mild, the food range English mild,
what I was gonna say is,
makes my nipple
I
hot.
found Grow. I saw a random post for AJ's Beer Warehouse.
Pretty porn, guys.
Yeah, no problem.
Fucking fantastic.
let's see if Dan has the most. Look at that! He
Eventually,
does.
I'll get the story out. I saw a random post for AJ's Beer Warehouse saying, hey, check out what we now have. Grow Brewing. I'm like, the can art looks cool. Picked up a couple IPAs. Turned out to be really freaking good.
Yes.
Then I got a stout from them. Really freaking good.
Yes.
I had a hoppy amber ale, red ale, whatever you want to call it. Really freaking good. And now we're drinking this, and I wanted to share it with Joe, and hopefully it's really just as good. Grow
So really,
Brewing,
thanks AJ's.
I'm telling you right now, mark it down. Give me 1 year, and this brewery will be as hype as like Fiden's.
You've said it before.
They've been putting out solid stuff.
Look at that. That is just an amber red, toffee-looking beer. Nobody cares what Joe's saying.
Joe, pick up your beer. Show the people, please.
Look at that.
Now, if I don't, will that aggravate
Oh,
Dan?
I can smell it.
It might, right? So, what if I do this, but then I go down here?
Oh!
What if I go down here?
It looks so good. A nice, like, kind of.
It's a nice deep dark cherry mahogany kind of.
mahogany. That's the word I was like, all right.
Yeah.
No, it totally is.
Fantastic.
Everything gets
It looks like a mild.
It does. It looks like a
And
good
here's the thing I
mild.
appreciate from them. I haven't tried like all their stuff, but they seem to be doing a lot of different styles, not
Yes.
just like we're the IPA people.
Yeah.
Yeah, yep, I agree. Let's get a whiff. Oh my gosh. That's like a weedy bread. Oh, man.
Yeah, it's good.
You either fell asleep or...
What happened? Yeah, so I have said this. There's not a lot of dark English miles or English miles in general that
It's not a highly made style.
that American brewers produce. Of the ones I've had this year, they made me excited because they're actually brewing them.
Right.
This is everything I want.
Yeah.
It's like a nice, like, there's a sweet malt.
Yeah.
See,
note
here's the
to
thing.
it.
I fell in love with the mild. I'd never had a mild before, and it was like a local nano brewery. And
Crafties.
When people ask for like lower ABV, first thing people say, "Oh, give me a Pilsner, give me a Helles, give me this, give me this."
Dan, how long before we start clamoring for a Crafties Grow collab?
That'd be dope. Over in Phelps, New York. Pretty close to Geneva.
Just saying. Right there.
Anyways, here's the thing.
It smells so good.
Where I think the mild excels is it's a low ABV beer, and a lot of people assume that that low ABV of a beer, you're not going to get a lot of taste. You're not going to get
Or aroma, for that matter. Like, it's not going to be that bombastic, PA Bruno stuff.
Yeah, settle down, Paul. Get it under control.
So
Mike.
so answer me this. We have
It smells like Chex Mix.
we have smelled some good beer today.
Yeah.
Now this is the opposite end of the spectrum, like you said, such a low ABV, but it's so potent. Like it gives so much to the aroma. Like
it's toasted brown bread. It's almost toasted like 75 grain brown bread. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and then you get like the slight sugary, but not like over the top aspects, caramel and
Right.
yeah, there's a sweetness that kind of rounds it all out, so it's not terribly stabbing your nasal
And that
cavities.
fooder
but
gives you whispers. Whispers.
whispers of
Oak.
fooder.
You want to dive in?
Oak.
Very much so.
Oh,
Cheers.
I want to drink this a long time ago. Cheers, boys. Thanks for sharing. Oh, it's very nutty. Very nutty.
It's light and nutty. Kind of it dances around the palate. There's that bready, like biscuity.
Dude, that body
Yeah,
is pretty viscous for 4%.
and that's when it comes to like English milds. The thing that always sets it apart for me is like you don't have to know you're drinking like a 4%, 4.2, 3.7, whatever percent English mild. You don't have to based on the body and like what you're tasting. Like it should surprise you with intensity of flavors, good body.
Right.
And when it's well made, it's kind of like this where it's like, yeah, man, yeah, it's a 4% beer or whatever, but like it tastes like it's like 6.5, 7.
This is like
I want pints of this.
this is the exact definition of what I consider to be like that everyday like kind of pub ale. If I'm going to my
Yes.
local brewery or pub or something, this is something I drink pints of.
You want full pints of
Yep.
this beer. Yep.
And nowadays, in the situation I am, like this is a welcome beer because I'm looking for sub 5% beers that have flavor that kind of sing to me. And this beer is everything I like about darker beers. I mean, English milds are almost like a lighter, like brown ale, or even to like an English porter. Like you get so many nice nuanced flavors, but at 4%. And it's beautiful.
I think this beer screams to be paired with like a good beef on weck or something like that. Just in a warm atmosphere.
Yeah.
Like,
That's what we're having for Christmas Eve.
oh.
And not only roast beef, smoked roast beef.
Ooh.
Where are you getting the Kimmel rolls from?
Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
It
It doesn't matter.
As long as it's whack rolls, we're good to go. Nobody out here knows what Kimmel. We're sorry, unless they're from West Virginia.
It doesn't matter.
I will say this: I enjoy this body and mouthfeel more than I would like maybe. This isn't quite traditional. I think
No,
traditional is a little bit more carbonated. A little
I was going to
bit
say,
more
is this a bit more creamy
and I
more soft?
think also the taste is a little different than the nose is traditional.
Yeah.
Yes.
The taste, I think, is a little bit more nuttiness. You said biscuity. I think that's good, or almost crackery.
Yeah, yeah.
Where I don't think it's as much as like that dark brown bread.
It's
we were
wheat
in.
thinny,
Yeah,
basically, but-
wheat thins like
Yeah.
Cheers to that, Mike. Wheat thins.
But it's got a nice, it's a softer, creamier mouthfeel to
Yeah.
it. And I think that's
Well, here's the
a
thing, though.
welcome change.
It is kind of traditional that you ask that because think about it. A lot of English folks drink English milds on cask.
Oh yeah.
Cask
Yeah.
is softer,
You're right.
and it doesn't have the carbonation as big as this. So maybe it's more traditional, actually more traditional than we think.
Okay.
But the taste itself, I think the nose is a little bit better.
Encyclopedia Jotanica.
Sometimes you just gotta be like, Dan, slow your roll, get it under control, brain it in a bit. No, but like this is my first beer from them, and you guys have had others,
Dude.
and it's a really fucking well made, fooder aged English malt. And maybe the reason they put it in the fooder was to kind of mimic the cask.
Oh, that's a really good.
But I don't think that what I love about it too is I don't think the fooder's producing like a lot of characteristics.
Right.
Maybe it just
so
looking for the
glad
body
I-
and mouthfeel a little. I don't know. All I know is it's pretty fucking good.
Yeah.
Is it amazing? No. A beer like this doesn't need to be amazing to be good.
Yeah.
It's
think
like
you're right.
when you drink it like a fucking German Pilsner or a Czech Pilsner, and it can be top tier. And this is where I always like, go, okay, 2 ratings, stylistically, whatever, because I'm never gonna lose my shit typically over like a Pilsner, but I understand a well-made, tasty one. Like I get it.
Right.
You understand the quality. Is this quality? Yes.
Big time.
If you had to rank this against recent milds you've had,
It's right up there with them.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, in a different way. Again, those weren't oak.
Okay,
fruit.
the beer that tastes like beer, Big Ditch, the dark English mild, versus like something like this.
Very similar.
Very similar.
Yeah.
All right.
But maybe not in taste, but in quality.
Right.
Like, how am I gonna rate it?
I'll tell you what, man. For what it is and everything, I'll rock a 4 all day on this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I'll give it a 4-1. My immediate thought was to match it up to Crafty's mild, and because I mean that's the only one I could think of at the time. And I'm like,
the Crafty's mild. I think I'd rock that like a 3.8.
Yeah, because I think this has got a bit more softer and creamy.
Yeah, I
to it.
prefer that. I prefer that English style.
Yeah, but for the one that I could think of to knock it up against, like, this is fantastic.
When you see a beer like this too, when I just got on the last sip, which I didn't get in the first, whatever, how many sips, a little chocolate and coffee. Through
Yeah, yeah.
Ooh, okay.
Like a little bit. I go like 4.05, like right between you guys. I don't think it's as good as the Big Dish from a traditional standpoint, but it's still good.
It's like drinkable though. Like, it's just...
You know what it doesn't have, which I'm glad, which I get out of a lot of these for whatever reason. The first couple of sips, you get that metallic tinny taste.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I can see that. I don't. The only time I really get that metallic taste is in fucking milk stouts. For some reason, the lactose in milk stouts give me that. Yeah. But I can see what you're saying though.
Anyways,
so
Grow Brewing. So, what do you think?
First out,
I enjoy it.
Maybe pick up some of their stuff.
I think it's if it shows up in Buffalo, I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah. Actually, you can check on their website. They list all the different regions and what you really can find them in the region.
Because I know you can get them in Syracuse. You can get
Syracuse,
them in
Albany area.
Albany.
I gotta say that I think there's maybe a couple in your area. We'll check off camera.
Yeah,
anyways, this actually we bought this. I want to give a shout out to Branching Out Bottle Shop.
Yeah.
In Camillus, New York, outside of Syracuse. We went there to get a bunch of different beers to send out to Bumpy Road Brews for beer mail and stuff like that. And they have Grow and...
Surprise, surprise, we grabbed some beer for ourselves.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
so,
but they had a bunch of Grow.
So, all right, down in the description below.
Question. I know you guys don't do as much. What was a 4-pack of this? Or did you buy a single can?
I bought a single can.
What was a single can?
I want to say like $5.
Yeah, I think it was like $4.50, $5.
Maybe cheaper than that. Honestly, when it came down to it, I was buying a bunch of beer. I didn't look at prices.
I don't ever take it into consideration in terms of like rating or whatnot, but like
as far as a local pop-up brewery,
if you want
doesn't have a brick and mortar thing.
Support.
I could be totally wrong. It could have been way less than that.
They're gonna be watching this and be like, dude, it was $2.25 a can.
It might.
The fuck you talking about?
They got that free with the purchase of another beer.
When we went there, I knew that day I was buying a huge amount of beer for different purposes.
Right.
So I didn't care the cost because I knew I had set aside a bunch of money to say, okay, I'm stocking up.
Baby, he did not go past his budget, is what he's thinking.
We may have at one point. So.
Anyways, budgeted 100, we spent 7,000.
Down in the description below, FLX Beer Reviews on Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. And Untappd, you got his, you got mine. Joe from the Beer Patrol will put his stuff down below.
At average Joe 716. I'm changing it.
We'll link Branching Out.
If you happen to see Branching Out, like Grow Brewing at
they're all over
Western New York area. I mean, as far as our area, I mean, I know Steamers carries them. Craft Beer at Dia Prima's.
AJ's has
Beer
them.
Warehouse.
Yep.
Branching Out.
If you're in Buffalo,
shop.
I have no fucking idea.
We'll find out for Joe because he needs to.
We'll do the legwork for him. He needs information. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Cheers.
Cheers.